welcome back to my channel Joy in Life. This is Doris, and because of Christmas, I would like to share with you a little bit on how I've been doing my Bible journaling. I talked a little bit in my last video. If you are interested in starting Bible journaling, you can refer to that video to talk about things that you need, materials that may be helpful for you. But this video, I will focus on talking about another technique that we can use. So here, this is a sample page of what I just did. I want to show you this because I just did a series with Pastor Rick Warren's devotion, and it's called Rethinking Your Life. And so I want to show you how I've been taking notes on those things. And so here, usually I'll find something that it's more like sticks out to me and I want to remember, and then I put it here on the side or anywhere to decorate it. But this page, I want it to be really simple. I don't want to decorate too much on this page, and because I've been really busy with Christmas stuff as well. So what I've been doing is I just make something like this. So here's my note. If you haven't seen my last two videos, I guess you didn't know that I bought this journaling Bible in order to take notes in here, and also I plan to give it to my daughter when she's older. And so I want my own notes to be on the same Bible. I don't want to be like a separate journal, and what if it's lost and it's not together. So I'd rather it to be at the same place, and that is why I decided to have this here. And I will just, because I don't want it to, it's just me. I just don't like it covering the letters, although the words, although I have another Bible that I read from, but still, I don't know, that's just me. So what I plan to do is I have it here, and then I made this hidden bookmark. Not bookmark, paper clip, and it's really, really easy to make. What I used was a paper cut inside to the size of your stickers. I have two stickers here, one here and one here, and then inside, it's just like another piece of paper, and in there is the paper clip. So the paper clip is in between the sticker and the paper inside. So what it does is that the paper clip is here, and so anything that you stick in between, it will be clipped on. So let me show it to you. If you are interested in how to make it, let me know. I can have a tutorial on that. Just comment down below. So here. So this is my page. So this is done. So I just want to show you, because a lot of my pages are like this. Like for example here, this one I have some cards that I put my notes in there. As well, sometimes is more private things I'll put there, like my prayers maybe, or things like that, like this page. So today I am going to just really simply use some material, one material actually, just a paper napkin that I got from a Christmas swap group. So that is what I get. I really like it, and I think I can put it to good use, right? So I'm thinking of like decorating this with this paper napkins, and I want to have a message up here. I really want to put a message here. It said that the greatest foundation for contentment is a relationship with God, and that is so true, especially for this year. I feel like it is really crazy, and we cannot plan a lot. If you are a planner, there's nothing much you can do about the situation, right? But there's something that we can do, is just to have a good relationship with God, and just to keep doing what you can and go with the flow. I guess that is what we can do this year. I hope everything will, the virus will go soon. All right, so let me just get started here. First, I want to cut it to size. You don't have to, because basically when you're using paper napkin, you can just use water and go through the side, and you can fussy cut it with your paintbrush. But because this is way too big, and I still want to cut it a little bit smaller so that it will be easier for me to work with, and also I want to save the outer parts for other projects. So let me just cut it to size. Really easy, right? You just have to have a pair of scissors, and you can get some really pretty napkins basically anywhere. Like if you have Hobby Lobby, you know, that would be a fantastic place to get some paper napkins. And sometimes they even have Christmas stuff at Dollar Tree as well, you know. So there are like many places that you can get. So here there is a trick to open your paper napkin. A lot of people use a piece of tape and tape the back and I just open it. But I usually had been pretty lucky with opening the paper napkin, so I never, like, I did once maybe use that technique when I couldn't open my paper napkin, but usually I can easily tear them apart. So this is too pretty. So you see that there's like one layer and two layers, and sometimes there may be another layer here, and if that is the case, then you may want to you know, remove that layer as well, so that it will be thinner and it will stick to the page a little bit nicer. So what I will do here is to show you how we can do that. So I have a bottle of glue, and this is just like some really regular PVA glue diluted with some water so that it will flow a little bit easier, and it won't have like so much so thick a layer at the bottom. So that is what I did. So let's try to put it on. So use a synthetic brush. You don't want to use the expensive one. You want to use them like really inexpensive one that you can wash and you don't, you know, afraid of ruining the entire thing. Oh, and another thing is that you want to put something down here because you don't want the glue to go to the next page and ruin your next page, right? So let me just get something here. So I have an envelope here, and that is pretty small. So I'm just going to open it. So then it will cover the whole thing. So you can use any cardstock or anything like that. And I used to have something here in between the pages, but I think I messed it up last time and I threw it out. I guess that's what happened. Another tip for you, we have to remember what is more important, right? We have to set our priorities straight. So I do not want you to feel like every single day you have to do art Bible journaling instead of your devotion, right? So I have to always remind myself, although I really love doing Bible journaling, but sometimes I feel like I may not have the time or energy to do Bible journaling every day, and that is okay. As long as I do my devotion, even if it's just like 3 minutes read or something, that is better than nothing, right? So I always remember to remind myself that, you know, that the devotion is more important than Bible journaling. So that is one thing that I've been doing constantly. So it's really easy, just like wet the page with the glue, and basically you can just put it on. And I don't mind about like fussy cutting or not, so I just put it on. But if you want, you can fussy cut it first using your brush. So let me show you how to do that. I have a bottle of water here and my brush. So you wet your brush a little bit, and then you can still do it here, I believe, like you know, but the thing is, like, it may be a little bit harder, but just because the bottom is wet as well. Oh, okay, this is not like a real brush. It's like, I was like, oh, how come it broke so easily? So this is like a decorative thing. It's not a real brush. Okay, so you can do it like that, especially when your page is not all the way down yet, like here. You can just leave it a little bit and then just use water to remove it. And so this is really easy to do. So I hope to upload this video today, so you will, you will have it before the Christmas. But really, even if you cannot finish everything on your list for Christmas, don't blame yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. You've been doing really well because you survived 2020, which is not easy, right? So just go with the flow, and if there are something that we want to get done but didn't get done because of the virus, because of anything, that is okay, right? That is okay, because God is looking at our heart, and not what you've done for Christmas. That doesn't matter to him. All right, so you see, the technique is like really easy to do, especially if you plan ahead and like me and do it beforehand. That will be even much easier. So, but I really like it because you don't want to cut it to place, because you want the uneven edges to make it more interesting. So here I want the word joy, so I will save that. You must know that I like that word, right? Because I use it as my channel name after all. So here on the side, you can either like do the fussy cut, or you can simply just cut it off. It doesn't really matter. So let me just do this. All right. So here you see the side is not glued down completely. So let me just add some glue to it. I don't mind it being like even on top and on the side. I just don't want it to look boring. So, and then after you have it down there under the page, under the napkin, you want another layer to go on top, just to seal it a little bit so it won't rip as easily. But do it really carefully, unlike me. So I hope you are doing well, and I want to wish you a really Merry Christmas. And if you do not celebrate Christmas, I still want to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year. I really hope that 2021 will be a little bit better than, not a little bit, a lot better than 2020. All right, so after I put this down, I really want the word joy in here, and I can just simply like tear it by hand or use like the water to do fussy cut. If you are not familiar with ripping things with your hand and you're afraid that you can, you'll rip it, then use the water. But if not, then you can simply just rip it like this. But what I want to put here is so true. It's so true that if we want to have contentment, there is no limit to what we can want, right? And so we won't be content if we focus on material, if we focus on anything like that. And so what we have to focus on is our love, our relationship with God. And I think that will be much better. And especially for this year, I guess a lot of people have experienced that we cannot control, we have no control on a lot of things. We don't even know what tomorrow will look like, right? One thing that we can be sure is that God is there for us, although some people don't understand why 2020, why is there virus, is God is there. But I understand the frustration, but sometimes God has his plan, and we are just human. We may not be able to understand 100% of what God is trying to do for us, right? Okay, so that is pretty much finished, and I will also use some distress ink to ink it around so it will be more festive and also, you know, bring some color to it. But before I do that, first of all, I want to wait for it to dry, and so I won't touch it yet. And then the other thing is I want to have the words up here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the word first, the sentence first, the message first, and then I'm going to go grab my distress ink and do the rest. So because of the flower and the word, and it's Christmas, so I want it to be basically just green and red. So let's see. I will just try to write it down as good as I can. And we have to remember that this is our journaling Bible, right? It's no one else's, it's yours. Although I'm going to give it to my daughter, but you know, it's mine at the moment. So it doesn't matter if we make a mess. It is okay if we, you know, the worst case scenario, you can just put a piece of paper on top and just rewrite everything, right? So don't be afraid, just go in and just do it. Of course, you have to plan a little bit on like how long your sentence is, and you know, if you will have enough space, that we have to plan. But other than that, just have fun. Just have fun. You know, God really wants us to enjoy ourselves, right? And our time with Him. So let me write this down. The greatest foundation. See, I don't have the best handwriting, but it is okay. It's fine. For contentment is A, and then I want to switch to green because I think this is really important. So I want to make it bigger, and I want to have another color for it. Relationship. Maybe I'll just use red for this one. With God. So remember, you know, Jesus is the reason for the season, and it's not the gift, it's not even, yes, you know, it is a good time to spend with your family, but that is not the focus, right? The focus is Jesus. So as long as we have the heart for Him, it doesn't matter if you couldn't finish all the things on your list, and you know, if you have like the best cookies or the best turkey, it doesn't matter. And some of us may not be able to get all the ingredients that we want or we need for the Christmas dinner, and that is okay. You know, just relax and enjoy the holiday, enjoy your time, enjoy the love from above. All right, so let me go grab the distress ink, and I'll be right back. So it's just behind me, so it was pretty easy for me to grab. Oh, by the way, let me show you. I have a hack for storing the distress ink. So I don't know if you've heard this chocolate before, and I personally like it because I like hazelnut, and it's like chocolate with nuts on top and hazelnut inside. It's pretty good, and so I didn't want to throw the box away, and especially for these parts, you know, there is like where you put the chocolate in, and I find that it is actually the perfect size for the what do you call it, the distress ink dapper, or I don't know what it's called all of a sudden. So anyway, like it is really easy for you to see. I don't even think like you need to label it, because you can really easy to see what color you used. So I'm going to grab a pink one, a pink reddish one, and put it on my smoosher. I don't know what it's called all of a sudden. I went blank a little bit. Okay, so let me just get the right ink. So what I have here is this Victorian velvets, and I really like the color. It looks like a little bit vintage kind of red. It's not like bright red, so I like it a lot. So I just get some ink from there and start smushing. And I always like to, because I don't want to mess with the words, but I want it to be like together in one piece. And so usually what I do is I bring some bring some color in here, so then it will look like, oh yeah, it is one thing, right? Instead of like here is one thing and here is one thing. And you don't have to do the entire page, you know, just here and there a little bit. And I plan to add some green later on as well, so it'll be a mix of the two. It's still wet, so we can use the heater to set it, you know, the dryer to set it, but I decided to just go with it because I'm not going to touch it that spot much anyway. Maybe I should. I can still dab it in, so that is good. Look at that effect. I like that with the water. So let's just do that. Having fun, right? So that is the most important thing, having fun. And don't mind too much, don't plan too much. Sometimes when we are crafting, when we are doing art, there will be happy accidents, and that is okay. All right. So after using this, I usually just use another piece of paper to clean it a little bit, but we don't really have to because, you know, they are ink and it won't come off next time we use it. And then what I plan to do is to use a little bit of green in there. So this is the only green I have, and it's not this like, it is like a kind of ink. It's kind of like the same thing. I feel like this may be a little bit cheaper than the distress ink, but you can use it the same way. I don't know if this is like qualified as distress ink as well, but this set is, I think, it's a little bit cheaper when they're on sale. Okay, so let's go in and I like the color. And Christmas is the most wonderful holiday for me. I love it the most, and I hope you will enjoy Christmas as well. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I was from Hong Kong, and they used to have like really pretty Christmas decorations. And then after that I moved to Brooklyn, and if you know Brooklyn in New York City, you know that they do have really nice Christmas decoration in there. Like some of the streets, like those people really go over the board. And of course, like the Rockefeller Center, you know, that Christmas tree is really huge and famous as well. So look at that. This is the page, and I'll wait for it to dry and take some pictures, put it in my video so you can see the final product. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe, like the video, and comment below. Let me know what you've done for this Christmas, what you've done a little bit more differently, and how are you, basically. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.